Okay, so we changed distortion boxes on the bass a couple of times. I think we got something that's good, but we had to keep the level a little low on the amp to get it to sound right. So I'm just going to bring my gains back to normal, put a little bit more punch back in the amp. That's getting better. That's getting better. Hey, Justin, I think we have to see how that sits with everything, but I like that a lot.
Sounds good in here.
Yeah, it sounds good in the cans? That's great. Okay, sit tight for 1 second. Hey, let's try one last pedal. Let's try the Chandler guy. So leave that exactly the way you have it because that sounds pretty good. But I want to see what it sounds like with the drums in a minute. So do we have the Chandler in now? So turn up the input. It could growl more. Feels a little safe. The left-hand knob, turn that up maybe almost all the way. Whoops, sorry, too much. Kind of cool. We lose a little low end. See where the bright switch is at? Maybe put it in the bass position or the mid position. So one thing I always do is, even though I spend some time getting a sound that I like by itself, it's really all about how it relates to the whole. So the next step would be, I have a bass tone that I like. I'm going to now see how it sits with the drums, because the drums are going to mask some of that distortion. So I might need to even be more aggressive or less aggressive. I'll just have to gauge it. That's pretty good. Let me start to hear bass and drums together, okay? We'll probably change the distortion pedal once or twice, see how that sits. We might even change the snare. Now that I hear the snare in the context with everything, even though it's nice and full and fat, I might want something a little higher pitched, a little bit more crack. So we'll determine that in 1 minute. So if I can hear a little bit more bass and drums, that'd be great, guys. So it's feeling pretty good to me. I'm going to have Justin try the other distortion box just to have some comparison. And then maybe we'll try another snare just to see what a crackier or higher pitched one would sound like. Hey, you guys, it sounded pretty good. I want to make 2 changes just to audition things. Let's try your white distortion box, and let's also try the Drum Paradise snare drum. I like what we have now. I might want to go right back to it, but I just want a comparison. This is one thing that is the rule of all rock bands. When you ask the drummer to play just by himself, every musician runs in the room and plays at the same time. It's happened to me with probably about 110 rock bands. Something about, it's a very primal thing. Like when a drummer plays, everybody's got to go out and play. I've never understood this. I might like this snare drum better.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Got a little bit more crack.
I'm having an issue with my light box. It's not allowing me to get power to it.
Okay, while we're sorting this out, we have Eric, our guitar player, out there, and we can get some sounds. The one thing we're doing with this, Eric enters in the second verse, and he supplies the lushness and the beauty in the song. So we're going to get a nice wide stereo 2 amp sound. We have his Vox AC30 on one side. We have his Ampeg Rocket that he uses all the time on another side. They're split with some delays, and we're going to get a nice wide stereo sound. So when he enters in the song, it'll be a dramatic jump. So Eric, play a little bit and let me adjust these 2 amps. So Eric, are all your pedals set the way you like them?
Yeah. I mean, the chorus is pretty extreme.
No, it's good. I was actually going to say go even more.
Okay. Or, there's also...
I love that. It's driving the Ampeg a little hard, but I love that.
Turn the gain down on the sex drive.
Yeah. Much better. Much better. Keep playing. Okay, so I have the sound the way I like it out at the amps. That's feeling pretty good to me, so I'm just going to balance out the 2 amps here, add a little bit of 1176 compression that's on my guitar buses. On my main Vox amp, I have 2 mics. I have a ribbon and a dynamic that are being bused to one channel. And on my second smaller amp, I just have a dynamic because I really just want to get the width, the stereo picture from that one. So I'm just kind of balancing off the 2 sides. So I have my guitar buses set up, and they're going through 1176 compressors, and I love those for guitars. These old ones have transformers in them that have a pretty gritty, bitey sound and a little bump in the mid-range, and they tend to be a little bit more exciting for guitars than a lot of other compressors. There's certain compressors that really sound great on guitar, but these have a little bit extra dirt and aggression, so I tend to always run to these for electric guitar. These ones, I believe, are indeed revision F for all you geeks out there. Okay, Eric, could you play a little more guitar for me? Let me hear the second verse part. I may come out there and adjust. I might come out there and adjust the Ampeg just a little bit. It might be breaking up a crack too much, but the overall sound feels great. Really good. And then play me the outro part. Okay, yeah, I get the picture. Yeah, it's great. No, it's cool. I think the amp might be breaking up just a little too much for that. So we're trying various combinations of distortion boxes on the bass to get just the right tone. So we've gone back to an earlier one that we were using, but we've gotten it a little hotter sounding. So let me see if that one works better with the drums versus the Chandler one we had a minute ago. Okay, play a little bass for me. This is your normal white pedal, right? And is the treble turned all the way up on that?
Yes.
Okay, because I feel like I want to get a little bit more top. Let me just hear that against the drums. I have a feeling we were better off with the Chandler pedal, but let's just hear that together, just bass and drums. Okay, I like the extra bottom on that, but I don't think it's as bold sounding as what we had before. So I'm going to have him go back to the other pedal. I think we got a better snare drum choice now. Got a little bit more life in it. So we're inching our way there. Okay, guys, thank you. I think we're better off with the Chandler. I love the extra bottom on this pedal, but it feels like it's a little safe. So let's pop the Chandler distortion box back in, and then we'll hear guitar, bass, and drums together. I love that. I love that. Let's put it all together. Let's hear guitar, bass, and drums. Okay, I'm just going to get a little bit more gain and a little bit more edge out of my guitar compressors. Guitar feels a little safe. So I'm adjusting my balance between my guitar mics to get just enough body into the sound without muddying it up too much. Because my ribbon mic is going to be a little darker, a little thicker, a little fuller. So I kind of just blend it in underneath the 57 to fill out the tone of the guitar. So now that I hear some other instruments, I can tell that they're eating up a little of my room sound. So I'm going to blend a little bit more of my far aggressive room mics into the balance. Hey guys, it'd be great if we could just maybe go over that second verse.
Sure.
Now that I hear the bass, I could actually even be a little more aggressive. So I'm just going to brighten it up a little bit, and I'll probably brighten it up a crack more at the amp. And that's my mono mic in front of the kit that's supplying a lot of the compression and excitement. Okay, that's feeling pretty rockin' to me. So now I'll probably get Andrew to play a little keyboards to just fill out the mix. Hey guys, feeling pretty good. You good in the headphones?
Yeah.
Feels great together.
Awesome, man.
Parts are really working well. Let me get Andrew out there, and we'll get the mellotron in the picture,
Great.
and then we'll get the stems out there. We're getting close, and getting close to lunch too. Okay, so we got our band sounds together. We're just going to get our keys, because this song is really built upon a mellotron loop that the band came up with that sort of emulates a couple of the different parts that are in the original song. So I'm going to hear some mellotron now and maybe tweak that sound if it needs it. Andrew, could you play a little bit for me? So there's going to be this loop through the whole song, and the charm of it is really that honky mellotron sound, which I actually think could be even a little grittier. So I'm going to try to just almost telephone the sound out a little bit, put a little bit more mid-range in it, maybe take some bottom off it, just kind of make it a little bit more lo-fi sounding. Feels pretty good. Got to hear it with the whole picture, but that's pretty good. Great. That's your basic loop, right? Because that feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Play just a little bit more. I think we got it. That's great. That's a really nice sound, man. That's great. So I think what we'll do, Andrew, is on the first pass, we'll have you do just the mellotron along with the bass drums and the clean guitar. Okay? Great. I think we're in a good starting spot. Thanks, guys.